I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. So if you could be here around 9, that would be great. Okay? I'm also going to need you to go ahead and come in on Sunday, too. Okay? Thanks.
Work it out.
Yes, it is Work It Out time here on ABC Radio Melbourne and Victoria. This is a segment usually where Ali's working out issues in the workplace and discussing how they work for you. Look, we're on Christmas Eve right now. Christmas Day is one of the very few days that not many of us work. And actually, over this 2-week period, a lot of places shut down completely. So if you're working through this period, why do you do it? Is it just not a choice for you? Do you like an office being a little bit quieter, so maybe you get to turn up? We're turning the radio over to you, 1300 222 774. Are you working tomorrow? What do you do? Peter from Ballarat gave a beautiful tribute earlier on in our program, if you missed it, just to the people who are working, whether it be in hospitality and emergency services, but so many more jobs are going through that. And so many people are ending up to work. And John Gorgioski is a director, principal consultant at Alpha Resumes, can join us for Work It Out today. You're working on Christmas Eve, John. Welcome to the program.
I am indeed. Thanks for having me, Warwick. Great to be with you and our listeners all over Victoria today.
There are a lot of people working. When you start adding up who is doing something, even though the majority are on a holiday, there's still a lot of the workforce doing something right now, and probably on Christmas Day as well.
There definitely are, and I think immediately we think of our essential workers like our hospital staff and health staff and emergency staff, but there's so many others out there, whether it's stopping by at the servo, whether it's people in hospitality, the skeleton staff who are sitting in call centres, and a lot of people who perhaps haven't had the chance to have that time off that they'd like. Certainly some people working that enjoy a quiet office, but for some people it might be a hard time as well, particularly when they've got families and they might have to be away.
And we had a beautiful message earlier for the rest of us to be kind. If you're dealing with people, whether it be the servo and hospitality, or if you've just got trucks around you on the highway with truckies in their workplace, and it's probably a good thing for the rest of us to remember, right?
I think it's a fantastic message, and yeah, that message of being kind, being nice, being a little bit patient. This time of the year, many of us are in a frantic rush, but everyone is someone's family member or friend, and sometimes we just got to be that little bit grateful that they are there helping us and that they're human beings as well.
So if you are working, tell us what you're doing. 1300 222 774. Would love to know what you're doing with your work on Christmas Day. John is on that line. Another John. We've got two Johns on, and both of them spelt both of them spelt without an H in the name too. This has got to be some kind of record. John's in Oxley in regional Victoria. G'day, John. Oh, you there? Have we got you, John? Has he put the phone down?
Oh, John's ran away.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Hey,
Hi, John.
Warwick, how you going?
I'm good. Are you busy? You're on the job?
Well, actually, at the moment, I'm at my in-laws. We've got the night off, but tomorrow we're back on board and into it.
What are you doing, John?
Got to milk the cows, mate. Someone's got to keep the milk flowing. So, yeah, look, it's a good time of year, and it's great. All the family come to us generally. So, yeah, we just milk the cows and get on with the job.
How do you manage that, I suppose, because cows still need to be milked. Someone that literally has to milk them every day. I can't imagine getting somebody to come and do it for you is easy on something like Christmas Day. So
I am quite fortunate in that I have staff that understand that I have 3 young kids, and they will do the morning and the Christmas Eve.
Oh, so you get Christmas morning with your kids? I
do get Christmas morning with my kids. A few years ago I didn't, and you'd have to milk nice and early and then get inside and do the presents. And look, it's not too bad. I'm quite fortunate that my staff are very good staff, and so they'll milk in the morning, and then I will be there for the afternoon milking, and I'll milk on my own, and the kids will give me a hand, and the missus, and people come to us, and we can have fun, and yeah.
Do you have to make sure you don't eat and drink too much when you know you've got to milk all the cows in the afternoon, John?
I try not to drink before I milk because it makes me a bit sleepy, and I'm no good to anyone that way. So
makes
Brilliant,
sense.
John. And Sounds like all your family there, and for you guys, that communication and creativity bit's really, really key. They're fully aware that you've got your commitments there, and they're able to work around your schedule and planning that in advance, make sure that everyone gets to enjoy Christmas.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing is that we've got to be prepared. You know that everyone else is going to be shutting down, so you've got to make sure you've got all your orders in, everything ready, and that way you're prepared. And there's always something that's going to go wrong. That's just Murphy's Law in farming and with cows and animals. So you just got to roll with it and enjoy it. And you know that you've got plenty of helpers and people around. Sometimes they help, sometimes they hinder, but it's all good fun.
Well, Merry Christmas, John. I hope you have a good time milking tomorrow. And if something breaks, please don't think it was our fault. To other John Gorgioski, that's interesting to manage it itself. So farming, dairy farming, you forget that they're still working tomorrow too, right? And scheduling life around that work when your house is your workplace is difficult too.
It definitely can be, and look, that resonates close to me. My parents live out in Shepparton. My dad trains greyhounds and has 20 dogs that still need to be fed every morning and be given lunch. And so we can often forget that just how many people are working, whether it's caring for a property, looking after animals, or going into an office or another environment. There's many of us where life has to go on, and we need to be a bit creative. Or we can still have a bit of fun when we're doing it though as well. And luckily nowadays we've got things like Zoom and video calls and the ability to connect with people even when we can't be there in person.
Great text here saying, what about the pilots, Warwick? Often away overnight, making sure others get to their holiday destination. So true. So many people travelling through airports. That's a good one to remember. We're on Work It Out right now. Peter's in Mildura. Peter, are you working?
Yeah, I'm on the road right now, Warwick.
What do you do?
Well, I've just picked up a job as a courier. I retired a couple of years ago from nursing and did that most of my life and got a bit bored. So picked up just casual relief for a couple of permanents and cover sick leave and holidays. So I'm the one relief. So I figure I'm happy to work through the Christmas week because, you know, they need some time off.
Oh, so Peter, it's a choice for you, really. You're helping others. That's
a choice for me. I don't have to work, but I keep getting in my own way after I retired, so I thought I'd better do something.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
And
great
John,
to be able to get all our Christmas gifts out in time as well and help make sure that other people can enjoy their Christmas as much as they can.
Yeah, you're a lot of people's favourite person, Peter, I'm sure, if you're delivering on the roads. John, that's an important point that Peter raises, though. We often say, you know, people have to work on these days. For some, it's a choice.
It definitely is for some, and yeah, there are people that may not want to work and have to because of their contracts or industry, but for others, they may not celebrate Christmas, they may not have big families and friends that they want to gather with, or they may just enjoy a quieter time of the year where things aren't so hectic, where they can plan a holiday on their own terms. So definitely for some, it can be a great time, and a lot of offices are running on skeleton staff, and for people there, they might be having a bit of a cruisy time as well.
And just before we let you go, there's a lot of people not working, John. Is this a good time of year to start thinking about what you want to do next year, or should you put that off?
I think it definitely is, and something I'm a big fan of towards the end of the year is sort of just doing a little bit of a year in review and looking at, hey, what went really well this year, and perhaps jotting down a few achievements and celebrating those wins. But equally, it can be a good time to reflect and go, what might we have been able to change? What can I do now to plan for the year ahead? And a lot of us talk about New Year's resolutions, but when it is a bit quieter, it can be that time to sort of sit down, plan for what the next year looks like, whether that's taking up a new activity or whether that's looking at new work and branding ourselves and getting ourselves prepared for new opportunities that might arise. Because to do something, we need a plan and we need to take action, and now can be a great time to do that.
Well, I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and thank you very much for having a chat to us today.
Likewise, Warwick. Merry Christmas.
John Gorgioski there, Director at Principal Consultant at Alpha Resumes, joining us here on ABC Radio Melbourne and Victoria to help us work it out today in that segment. Coming up on ABC.